Your success is dependent on your accountability. Picking responsibility for yourself is deciding to take the force back in your life. You are asserting your life as your own. However unendingly compensating as it could be, the reason is it's some of the time so damn hard? We realize how basic it is for accomplishment in our work and our connections. So for what reason do we at times try not to pick it for quite a long time, months or many years? Since once we pick responsibility, we can never under any circumstance stow away from ourselves again. Responsibility doesn't mean discipline. Responsibility is an ability to acknowledge duty regarding our own activities. Range. We can never profess to appear for ourselves. We can never profess to appear and manage our responsibilities. We know whether we put the exertion in or on the off chance that we didn't. We know whether we are straightforward. We know whether we are assuming liability for ourselves or choosing not to see. Furthermore, indeed, things happen to us throughout everyday life. Most things are totally out of our control. We must choose between limited options. We're hit with a tornado of insane conditions. In any case, how we react to what in particular happens to us is as yet in our control. It's totally up to us how we react to what exactly gets tossed our direction. We're answerable for our reactions. Not being responsible is simpler. Your disappointment isn't your issue or your concern. At the point when I was more youthful, my mother used to rehash the slant of, "A few people don't fill in as hard as possible." Or on the other hand, they don't put forth a valiant effort. Since, in such a case that they fizzled in the wake of working their can off and genuinely giving it their everything, they'd be crushed. So they'd prefer left disappointment alone unavoidable. They can plan for it. Also, that way it can never be their issue. This played in my mind again and again. Like I was watching a blood and gore film on rehash. Perhaps that was her point. She guaranteed I would be more terrified of not giving a valiant effort and adapting to the situation than the other option. We need to do profound plunge impressions of ourselves and how we're carrying on with our lives. We're the ones who need to manage how we're deciding to invest our energy and how we're deciding to appear for ourselves. We know when we don't appear for our obligations. We realize when we're not being responsible. We know when we slack off and simply do indisputably the absolute minimum expected of ourselves. We know. Furthermore, we're the ones who need to convey that. It's a superfluous weight we will decide to convey. This is our opportunity to squander. We will decide to burn through our own time. We're the person who needs to go through the entire day with ourself. We're the one in particular who needs to manage not appearing or not picking responsibility. Be that as it may, there's some wonderful information. Something contrary to this is valid. At the point when you're submitted and buckling down, and appearing as your full self. What beats that? No doubt about it, when I appear for myself, when I'm deciding to be responsible, it resembles I'm strolling through life an inch taller. At the point when you are appearing for yourself, you feel it in your bones. You have an interesting feeling of certainty and achievement that you will help with you through life. Responsibility for yourself goes the two different ways. You were unable to appear and feel horrible, or you could appear as your full self and feel extraordinary in light of the fact that you're performing at your most significant level. Furthermore, folks, look, stuff occurs. We're all human. Occasionally we'll thoroughly blow. Occasionally will be truly difficult to appear and pick responsibility. On those days, appear all that you can that day. Use what you have and where you are. Appear all that you can that day. That is being responsible for yourself. One straightforward approach to become responsible is to rehearse reflection. We understand what our objectives are. We understand what our duties to ourselves and our work and connections are. We need to glance back at our activities and how we appeared for ourselves as well as other people. We should have intense discussions with ourselves. We need to examine how we're deciding, and how we can improve our dynamic pushing ahead. I rethink the earlier week each Sunday and utilize my disclosures to design out my 1 week from now. I'm pondering where I prospered and flourished, and where I need to improve. I see the zones where I need to settle on better choices about how I'm investing my energy. I see what content I ingested and on the off chance that it served me. Who am I giving my energy to and what energy am I getting from others? I at that point have the duty to make changes in accordance with my forthcoming week. It's everything up to me. I can choose to disregard and simply continue to carry on with my damn life. Or on the other hand, I can be liable for how I'm investing my energy and what activities and endeavors I will pick. It's a deep-rooted practice that you can participate in day by day. Ponder your activities, consider how you're deciding to invest your energy and the choices that you're making. Is it accurate to say that they are serving you? Is it true that they are capable choices? It is safe to say that they are keeping you responsible to the objectives you have? Is it accurate to say that you are tolerating obligation regarding your life? How are you reacting to the things that are going on to you? Is it accurate to say that you are ready to decide whether the activities you're picking are filling your need? Being responsible is hot. Reclaim your own force. This is your own life. Your one life. In the extremely restricted time you have, you're answerable for how you spend it. Take advantage of it. Own your force, own your life.